Hi, everybody. We're live.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Hey guys.
We
Hello.
have a special guest with us today. As you can see, our setup has changed just a tiny bit.
Oh,
Uh,
Other side.
yes.
okay.
So everyone say hi to Hanaro.
Hey.
He is our
Hello.
head QA tester and game designer for us at Computer Lunch. Why don't you say hi and tell us a little something about yourself, Hanaro?
Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, I watching right now on Twitch and it seems a little laggy, but I guess it's fine. I'm the QA lead of Computer Launch of some Singularity. Right now I'm managing a lot of the tuning of the game, some of the numbers, I took the numbers. I work with Andrew, Ryan, and John V with tweaking the gameplay, give them some ideas, suggestions, stuff like that. Also work on testing the stuff, making sure that the game feels good and it's fun to play. Also, I manage a lot of the bugs, stuff like that. I'm the guy that like looking for bugs everywhere and report them and tell them to the team to address them. And also, I'm working on the Spanish translation as well. So if you find some wrong Spanish translation, just let me know because I'm kind of like a little perfectionist in that.
Well, we're happy to have you, Hanaro. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah. And also, he is also here to let us know some more information about the beta testing that's happening with the Beyond Phase 1. So if anyone is interested in that, stay tuned for the middle of the show.
And Hanero, in the Discord, you also go as Cells Beta. So you're
yes,
the mysterious face behind Cells Beta.
Yeah, I also manage the beta. So usually I'm the one that organize the process, basically.
All right. And we should probably go around just as we do, introducing ourselves for any new faces in the chat. Bradley, why don't you go ahead?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Brad. I'm also known as Hype on the Discord. I'm the Discord community manager.
Oh no.
Professor. well. So Bradley Bradley runs a Discord, and myself, I'm the lead director of the game, and I do a lot of programming also on it. I kind of help keep the schedule, and I'm working very hard to finish the Beyond for everyone.
Yeah, so there might be a couple technical difficulties in this show, just a heads up. Bradley was freezing earlier, so there will probably be some instances where that'll happen. So forgive us, it happens sometimes, you know how it is. And I'm Emily, I'm the community manager and content creator at Computer Lunch. I'm creating all the social content that you interact with on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I'm also making all these contests for you guys to engage with while we're also making fun in-game content. I also help out in the game whenever they need my help with stuff. So, happy to have you here. To start, we had our Stargazing contest wrap up on June 1st, so I wanted to say thanks to everyone who submitted their entries for that. And right now, we're just going to go over who won that, and we also have some honorable mentions for you. So, swoop! Oh, look at that! Nice transition.
Yeah, so in this contest, basically you are designing your own constellation, and then you had to write a story about why this constellation was significant. And I think we got about 60 entries for this contest, and they were super creative. We were really blown away by the storytelling and the ideas that everyone had.
Yeah, I just want to say Discord really showed up. Like, you guys made some great entries. The majority of our entries were from Discord. I'm not looking at Facebook or Twitter or anything, but yeah, you guys created a lot of great entries, and we really loved going through all of them. It was honestly really hard choosing who we thought deserved to win, because we felt like so many of you deserved to win. But in the end, we had to pick some first, second, and third place winners, and but we weren't planning to have any honorable mentions, and now we do. So let's get rolling into that. First things first, I'm going to kick it off with some honorable mentions that are near and dear to my heart. This one was my favorite. If I could give an Emily award, I would. It's the Archie Constellation. If anyone wants me to read the Constellation stories, we can, but we can also keep it short.
Yeah, let's read them. I can read it. A constellation has been signed very long ago. He is a very old friend, Archie. We wanted to see him from the very above sky. We hope he is sleeping his friends and families like his mother, father, T-Rex, and Darwin, his most beloved friend. Rest in peace, Archie, 65 million years ago.
Oh, rip Archie.
So this is a reference to, in the Land Garden, there is a secret Archie achievement where you can find his fossils and his little bow tie in there. Because he still exists in the garden, but not in the, or he exists in the present, but not as a actual living dinosaur.
Forever and always, Archie. We will never forget you. And then another one that I felt was worth mentioning was the Flatworm Constellation. The Flatworm has been gaining in popularity in our Discord, which we'll talk about later. But I just felt like this one was really cute, and I like that it brought it back to cells, as a lot of them did. So that's always nice to see. We really appreciate that. I like the story for this one too. So it's long ago, before they manifested themselves as physical beings, flatworms were celestial beings that colonized the galaxy. They all decided to settle on the simple planet of Earth, except for one who stayed in the heavens to watch over all life. So poetic.
So this means flatworms are ancient aliens?
I think so.
Celestial beings.
That's the lore behind this constellation. Yes.
Wow.
They do look alien-like. It would explain a lot of things, but also raise many questions.
Maybe we should add some upgrades for the flat one, like power-ups to make it like a powerhouse in the cells, in the entropy department.
Just give it like a couple arms with some muscles on it, so it can be like, this one I thought was also pretty hilarious. While it does not reach the caliber of the top 3, it still makes a happy home here in our honorable mention section, because we're all nerds here and we love a good error, I suppose. Would someone like to read the constellation story?
Sure, yeah, I can do it. This constellation appeared recently in the sky when astronauts decided to use new technologies to search for aliens. Of course, the sky answered them with an error quote.
It's pretty great.
Good.
I enjoy this one a lot. And again, I wish we could show them all, but I think we'll end up putting all of the entries that people submitted on a Reddit page or an Imgur page, so that, and then we'll end up linking it in the game so that you can check them all out, because they're really cool, and people put a lot of hard work into them.
Yeah, they're really great. Maybe we'll be able to get that out later today. So yeah, if you'll be able to see that link in the game soon. Check out all the constellations.
Yes.
This raccoon one.
Yeah, we also have this raccoon one. This one was quite a fan favorite by our developer Ryan. He really wanted this one to be in the top 3, but we decided to put it in honorable mentions because the stories in the top 3 I feel like are really good, and we wanted to honor that. So while this one lacks a bit of a story, it's a really cool fun fact, and it's a cute thing to know about. Hanara, would you like to read this one?
Yeah, sure. I really like raccoons and think they are so cute. Fun fact, in German they are called Waschbar?
Yeah, Waschbar.
Which will directly translate to washing bear, which I think is really cute because they always do that washing kind of motion with their hands. Yeah, not necessarily backstory, but he cute.
We got some raccoons in the chat as well from Olga.
Raccoons and a good
yeah.
sloth there.
Wash bear, washing bear.
Yeah, raccoons are so cute, and
Yes.
I feel like this constellation captures that very well. And then next up in our honorable mentions, like I said, we got a lot of entries here, so it was hard to decide which ones to win. Was Jack, the rainbowologist from Reddit, and it's a woodpecker in a tree, and I thought it was just a really sweet concept. The story is, this is an ancient constellation discovered by an ancient and lost people who lived in the Swiss Alps in Greek time. They almost worshipped the creatures they encountered around the territory, and it is thought that their religion and culture were centered on how to achieve perfect harmony with nature and how to understand it. So yeah, just a nice little connection to nature. We got quite a few of those, so I appreciate that. And then moving on to our last honorable mention, and then we'll go over who won first, second, and third place. We have This Spider by exclamation point on Discord.
I can read this one.
Sure.
Trapped it in the sky. Spider that stung the god is. The poison went up to the brain of the divine beings, causing wars and disgrace. They say that if you look at it for a long time, your poison of bad luck will come to you. So this is very dark. This is a very ominous. Don't look at this constellation. Yeah.
I think
there's all 8 legs of the spider.
It's a good one. I know you can't really see fully, but they got all the 8 legs there. They connected them in an interesting way where the stars were. So it's up there at the top of our honorable mentions. So it was in a little bit of a round towards the end there where we were like, should this get third? But we decided to give it to someone who had a very, very, very imaginative story for their constellation. So how about it, folks? Shall we move on to who won third place? The
drum rolls.
Yeah, let's see who won this,
drum roll.
This thing.
The grand prize of 250 Darwinium goes to Akia on Discord for Gladiator Galacticus. So congratulations. This was such an imaginative story. Who wants to read it? It's really cool.
Sure, yeah, I can read it.
Go for it.
So Gladiator Galacticus. The Galactic Gladiator is a hero found in myths throughout the Milky Way galaxy. He is said to possess the strength of multiple Terrans. He may be seen wielding a sword, shield, and on his arm are 2 propellers. As monsters have been created throughout the galaxy due to the energy created by advanced civilizations, the Galactic Gladiator was created to keep monsters in check. Due to his bravery and perseverance, galactic residents have immortalized him as a constellation.
What a character.
Very, very imaginative, very creative story there.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, you could make a whole Marvel movie about this guy. He's
Yes.
got a backstory, and he's got, I love his 2 propellers on the side. And then we also liked the drawing because they really used the stars to create this character.
Yeah, I like that one of his legs kind of looks like it has a hook on it or something. I don't know, but it's really cool.
Yeah. Aquila is also in chat, so congrats.
Hey.
Oh, no way.
Congratulations.
Nice, congratulations.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah, so I know I gave the codes to our winners to Hype. So he'll be reaching out to all of our winners at the end of the show and giving you your codes. So just keep an eye out for that.
Nice, congratulations.
So now we have second place. It goes to Megatron Yeats on Discord for the Dancing Wolf. And this one, it was just, the art was really, really beautifully done. And also the story we felt like was probably one of our favorites out of the teams as a whole while we reviewed all the entries.
Is Cooper? It's Cooper 22. Is that theirs?
No. This is. I mean, no. It's Megaton, is it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so close. Hanaro, would you like to read this one?
Sure. The dancing wolf is a she-wolf named Star Dancer. She was different than the other wolves. Instead of howling to the moon, she danced for the stars. Her pack banishes her for her differences. She became so distraught she stopped dancing for the stars. The stars had loved her dancing and had taken pity on her, so they offered her home amongst them. She now dances with the star and not just for them. Oh, that's cute.
It's a little bittersweet,
Yeah.
but it's like a complete cohesive story, and
Yeah,
I feel like this one was really well done.
it feels like an actual like a story of a constellation from like Greek mythology or something.
Yeah, it really feels like it.
Hmm.
So congratulations to Megatron Eats on Discord. Again, you won 500 Darwinium, so keep an eye out for that message if you are in the live stream. If not, then you'll get a lucky surprise later on today. And then first place, who could it possibly be? The moment of truth is here. And here we go, little mini drum roll. Congratulations to CG Howler for St. Christophers Duckling, also on Discord. This one might be a little hard to read because of the yellow text, but I guess I could take a crack at it. Long ago, a lost baby duck was found by a kind priest. As he cared for him, he prayed to St. Christopher that the duck's mother would be reunited with him. Unfortunately, the duckling died. In despair, the heartbroken priest turned his face heavenward. Through his eyes blurred, there, shining brightly, was his sweet little friend. Today, St. Christopher's Duckling still lights the way for all those lost, looking for home and safety.
Aw.
So yes, another sad story, but again, it felt like it could actually be a constellation story. But I like the ending that it's a symbol of like home and safety for finding your loved ones. It all comes back around. So congratulations to CG Howler. You're the winner of 1000 Darwinium in our special Stargazing contest. And thank you to everyone who submitted your entries. Again, this was probably one of the hardest contests that we had to judge because all of the entries were really great. Even the ones that were just like upright jokes that were really funny. There was one entry that they just submitted the template and they said nothing, and they were like, "There's nothing here," and I was like, "I mean, pretty deep." So. Again, thank you everyone. You're all such creative people, and we really appreciate seeing all of your entries whenever we do these contests. Just a note, we will be taking a break from monthly contests for a little bit until after the Beyond Phase 1 is released. So if you do want to participate in any kinds of contests still, I recommend joining the Discord. We'll probably be doing some mini ones that are like probably about a week long or something. And if you have any ideas for contests you'd like to see, let us know. We're always excited to hear from you guys and get your feedback on that kind of stuff. So thank you again for everyone who submitted your entries, and we'll move on. Whew. So exciting. All right. So next up, I believe we have our Beyond Phase 1 update for everyone. We've been working hard on that as always, and I know we're pretty eager to show you some stuff that we've been working on. So let me pull that up as well. Woohoo! Are you ready to get started, Andrew?
Yeah.
Is the crowd ready?
So so we're going to be showing, so there's a few different graphic things we want to show. Now it's only been 3 weeks since our last stream. So we only have a few minor things, but we want to show off kind of, we want to show off some animations from the way cards get unlocked. So Emily, if you want to go ahead and unlock the first, that first planet there. So you're gonna unlock the sun here, and Then if you want to go ahead and rank up the sun, we'll show you this new card animation that we've been working on. So we're gonna think it's some more.
So close.
Yeah. And for those that haven't seen it, so there's this concept of ranking up the planets. So as you unlock the planets, you have to rank them up, which is this animation, and it doubles the payout that a planet would give you. And that's got that cool. It kind of like turns into like a 3D mesh, because remember, this is all in a simulation, so you're seeing like behind the simulation, the thing ranks up. So this is the new overlay for the way cards and power-ups get. So when you rank up, you get you're essentially researching the planets. When you research the planets, you get kind of this payout of new research and cards that are traits for the planets. So here you have a card for dark matter, and now it's like floating in kind of an ambient way. If you click again, you'll also get a new card. So whenever you get new cards, they hold for a second and then they get revealed, because it's a special moment when you first get a new trait. So this trait, you've got solar flares, and this will automate the sun, which is the first planet in the expansion. Go ahead and click that.
Super exciting.
Cool. We're also getting a constellation fragment or constellation piece, and those will be used to fill out the constellation system, which is kind of like a prestige system on the side, and we'll take a look at that. So let's see that one more time. If you can buy enough, if you have enough stuff. So every time you buy the sun, you're increasing its research level, and once it reaches a certain research level, you are able to rank up again. So we'll rank it up again. You get more dark matter. Dark matter is a little like the mutagen concept in the Mesozoic Valley. And cool, we got some more solar flare cards, which will increase the speed of production for the sun. Let's see, so we're almost at the next generator. Cool, so this is in the Beyond expansion, you're trying to unlock new generators, so it's a little different than the Mesozoic Valley where you have missions. This is more like certain things are unknown until you complete tasks to research them enough to unlock them. So we just researched enough to unlock Mercury, the first planet in the sun, and you don't get a card payout the first time you unlock it, but once you rank it up, you get it. So let's rank up Mercury and check out that animation sequence again. So we got, I love the way that looks. So again, you're getting dark matter, and then let's see what card traits we are going to get. So it's a new card, large iron core, and this is going to automate Mercury. So this new animation, we spent a lot of time trying to make this look good. This I don't know. It's just like a sleek animation.
It feels satisfying.
Yeah. We want to give you a moment to like take in that there's like a new thing that you're unlocking. Yeah, so that animation is pretty new. We also, I guess,
there's also the constellations.
Yeah, let's open a few constellations.
I know our team has been working really hard on this section.
Yes.
Especially with the look of it.
Yeah, Hanero, do you want to explain? So, like, how might the constellations work? So you're unlocking constellations and stars, and then these, when you fill up a constellation, you might get some bonuses.
Yes. Basically, each constellation requires a certain amount of stars to complete, and each single constellation is going to boost the overall production of the Beyond. Right now, we're still like in thinking some ideas to like mix that up. So maybe some constellation will boost certain planets, so it's more balanced. But we're still like on the tax about that. Also, the constellations are quite rare, so right now we're playing around with the chance to get them. But yeah, it should be like a big special event that you get a constellation fragment, basically.
We're still trying to figure out the name for them because they're just stars, but we also have like the Stardust currency and stuff. So if anyone has like any ideas, or if you think there's something really cool, type it in the chat.
Yeah.
We had internal debate about originally were like constellation fragments, which is a really good name, but a few people pointed out that constellation fragments are also in Animal Crossing and
well, star fragments, yeah.
Star
Constellation fragments is too wordy. So this is the debate that we have to go through, guys. We have to find that one punchy name for the stars that you can unlock at Constellations.
Stellar knowledge, that's good. Stellar pieces, star bits. Yeah, those are good names. Yeah, so as you're so these stars, they go to unlock the actual constellations, and this is based on like the International Astronomy map. So you're filling out like what it really looks like. So with each stars, they're positioned at the correct place, and now we've even unlocked some stars that have names on them. I think if you,
I tried clicking on them, but it looks like that might be a bug that we need to sort out for the next build.
Yeah, try unlocking a few more and see if it works.
I'm at my max constellation, or I'm at my max star.
Maybe you ran off of star bits.
That's okay. So you ran out of star bits. Yeah. So, but as you unlock stars, some of them you'll actually be able to get details about the star that exists, like its size and its official name. And then you'll collect those over the course of the entire expansion. So it takes a little while. But you get to decide which one you pick first. So I'm a Libra. I might start the Libra constellation. However, each constellation will have we're thinking will have a unique boost. Like originally we said that they might just all increase like production by like 20%, but we might have it a little more unique. Like forget Hanero, did we have some specific ideas? Like,
yeah, I believe like some of them, like for example, I don't remember, like for example, Aries. I think it's tied with Mercury. I'm not sure where, but it's going to boost a specific planet. So we're still like talking about the balance, because for example, some of the later planets that you will unlock later, they might be a little tricky to balance them now. So yeah, we're still like thinking ideas to make the constellation mechanic a little bit more fun and flesh out.
Yeah, we want it to be an interesting choice which constellation you go for first, because some constellations are only made up of a small amount of stars, like four stars, whereas other ones are like 15 stars. So the 15-star constellation maybe should have a more significant boost to the overall production than the 4-star. But yeah, then we were thinking like, oh, maybe like a constellation might increase one of the generators. Like if you unlock Leo, it maybe increases the Mars production by like 100 times or something crazy. Yeah. So it really changes the landscape of the economy. And for the initial release, we've chosen these 12 kind of constellations that are on the like horizon of Earth. If you look at that, you'll see there's a little curved line that's going through there, and that curve is actually kind of the I don't know what it is. It's like the angle of the Earth as it rotates. So as you unlock these, if you did have a telescope, you could look up and maybe find some of these constellations in the sky.
Yeah, and also I believe that once we're done with these constellations, we have plans to add more, right? Like maybe an updates or something.
Yeah, so we just have the 12, but potentially this whole map could be filled in. I think we're going to see where it goes, but there is room to, because we're missing some things like the North Star. There's a few major constellations like the Big Dipper that are not part of these 12 constellations that are usually associated with astrology.
Yeah, there's plenty of space I see in here, in like the grid around the zodiac constellations. There would be plenty of space for other constellations. I think that would be really cool to add in a future update.
Fairness, you looks like you got 2 more star pieces. Yeah, why don't we open up a few more, see if one of them. Yeah, that constellation's filling in right now. Yeah, zoom in again. See if you can click on any of them.
Yeah. No.
And if you click on the text, does it open up?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Ryan he was doing some work on it yesterday, so he might have broke the pop-up. But it's cool because the neat thing is like these are all like you unlock a star, but that star is actually like it's a real star that's in the galaxy somewhere. So We want to, the idea of you're like, even though these are just unlocks that you're getting, they actually represent the real star in the universe, and that star may have like planets around it. Probably not any life around it, but it is like it's a real place in the universe.
Yeah. The constellations, I really like how they're fleshing out. It's one of my favorite parts of the Beyond Phase 1.
Yeah, so should we take a look at what we've included in the solar system view?
Shall I peek behind the curtain?
Yeah.
No one pay any mind to this?
I mean, we could show it. Since we're showing it, we might as well. Like, this is just a sneak peek, guys. Like, this is one of our debug tools. Maybe Emily, if you could just, I mean,
yeah, sure.
You could pull it up again if you want to show kind of behind the scenes how we do development. So when we're testing, like we're building the game, we need a way to like beat the levels quicker, or like give ourselves like free Darwinium, or just unlocking stuff. So we actually have a lot of different commands that are kind of behind the scenes. And this is our secret debug menu. I know some of the beta testers sometimes have found it. It's not, you can never unlock this in the game because it's turned off. But when we do internal testing, this is kind of some of the options we have. So this lets us do things like speed up the game, and it also allows us to unlock deeper into the game. So Emily, if you're gonna, I guess, unlock the ranks and unlock the whatever it is, the stuff. And I think if you just buy Mercury one more time, that automatically does that. What is the dance line? Yeah, dance line I think has to do with when we do an animation from like the bank to an object on the UI, it like shoots a bunch of objects to that thing. So it's like, if you got 100 Darwinium, it would shoot 100 of them to the bank. That's the dance line. All right. Yeah, so I think we want to talk about a little bit about the solar system. So this is an idle game, and like there's a big economy, and you buy stuff, the numbers get bigger. But our game also is trying to depict a very accurate version of the solar system. It is essentially a map of the solar system and beyond the solar system. So we've spent a lot of energy thinking about that, and we've kind of decided that we want to make a really accurate version of the solar system, one that is on par with maybe what NASA shows on their website. There's a couple other these solar system viewers. Maybe some of you guys have played like Universal Sandbox. So one question is about scale. So whenever you do a solar system map, the scale of the planets it's just like hard to fathom how far away some of these things are. So the question is, and you can't really get the scales like perfect. So because if you did, it would just be so far away. So everything would be so small, and it wouldn't really be usable. So we internally talked about like, well, what do we do to scale? Do we make the planet sizes scale, like how big they are? Or do we do the distance from the sun, like how far away they are? And we tried making the planets really big, and we tried just kind of making the distances similar, so it looked good on the screen. However, a number of our team members really wanted to have like accurate distances. So the distances from like how far away the planets are from the sun and from each other, we wanted to actually get that distance right. So we have basically done that. We have all the distances, and the orbital paths are based on the real orbits that we know. So the distance, even though the planets themselves are much, much larger than what they are in reality, because in reality you actually can't even see them. They're very small, but their distances in relationship to each other are correct. So if you, like Emily, if you like turn the camera down, like looking straight down on everything, we can see kind of those orbital paths. And if you zoom out keep zooming out a little bit, maybe click on the sun so we can, there you go. Zoom out a little bit so we can see the different orbits. Perfect. So just zoom out a bit so we can see a little further, so we can see a little further out. Okay, so that's, you can see the asteroid belt there. And then, so the first 4 planets, it's a little hard to see, but you notice all the orbits are not just circles. They're actually slightly elliptical, because things do not orbit around a perfect circle. They're actually orbiting in slightly different pathways. So if you zoom closer into like where Mercury was, I think you could see that Mercury is not. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So like Mercury, it's not a perfect circle.
Well, isn't its orbit like a little tilted too?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see.
Perfect. Yeah. So that orbit is not. Yeah, it's not perfectly.
That's my buzzer going off.
Package coming in. Yeah. So that subtlety, the actual getting that subtlety of like it's not exactly like straight on, and it's not exactly like a perfect circle. That's all in these orbital paths. Another bit of accuracy that we got is these things. The rotation speed is also based on, I think, these Kepler equations. Kepler is a scientist that did some of the that discovered or was able to model some of the orbits. So the speed of these things is correct too. So the planets, like Mercury, is going to spin a lot faster than Earth, and then as you get further out to Jupiter and Saturn, those go really slow. But they're all actually orbiting at the correct times related to everything else. One negative side of this, it doesn't mean the planets don't move a lot, because some of them get really slow. So we might actually add some boosts or power-ups that let you spin the orbits around much quicker, which will be a cool effect.
Well, Earth's texture looks off.
What looks weird about it?
Oh. I mean, South America was like up here before.
Oh yeah, that's another piece of accuracy they're trying to get is the tilt of the planets, because they all rotate around the different axes. I think sometimes it's a little to this side, that side. Some planets like I think Uranus actually rotate like this. So these are just little subtleties that we're trying to get in there to make it a little more realistic. Because I don't know, why not? Let's make it super realistic.
I know we have a certain special planet over here with a large amount of moons.
So moons. So the planets orbit around the sun, but then there's this other concept called moons, which orbit around planets. And we have all the core planets, but we had to decide which moons to include. A planet like Jupiter actually has, I think, like 30 or 40 moons, but they're all quite small. So we didn't choose to include all of them. So let's see which ones we did decide to include.
I think we have right now like four in the game.
Yes.
About Jupiter.
So this one, yeah. So if you want to, Hanera, if you're able to read the tooltip on this one.
Yeah. Hold on.
This might be a little small, but
yeah, I don't see the bottom text, but let me read the only thing I'm able to see. One of the 4 Galdian moons, Io, is a rocky icy moon that experiences intense geological activity. It has active volcanoes that belch plumes of sulfur, mountains taller than any found on Earth, and lava flows that turn the moon's surface yellow.
So this is Io, and Io apparently has like some volcanic activity, even though it's very icy and cold there. Mm-hmm. And you can see each moon has a very different look to it, so they're all quite unique in their own way.
Yeah.
And we want you to be able to like really zoom in close and look at the textures of that. So like the orbits, we want those to be accurate. We're also trying to get the texture maps of the planets to look as close to how we know they look. And the way we've done that is we've used some of the NASA databases. NASA has satellites going out that take photos of these moons and planets, and they put them into texture maps that are like publicly available. So the cool thing is, like, when you're unlocking this is actually what Europa looks like, or what Io looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, Mundo, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say quickly. El Mundo de Hades in the chat says 79 moons, 53 names, and 26 waiting for names. So
wow.
There are a lot of objects, and some of those moons, they get a little smaller. So we try to pick out what the biggest ones are, the most unique. Also, it's like size and uniqueness, because some are just like rocks floating, but others have unique qualities.
Yeah, I think we could share one more of Jupiter's moons, and then I think it'd also be cool to show off Neptune's moon as well, because I think it's my favorite texture so far. So.
So let me read. Yeah, Bradley, are you able to read Europa's description? I know it's small.
Yeah, sure. Europa has the smoothest surface on any solid object in the solar system, evidence of a possible liquid ocean under its surface. Combined with its thin oxygen atmosphere, this suggests that there may be microscopic life on Europa. Interesting.
Super cool.
Also, NISA made card traits, like all the moons that we have so far, they have their own card traits that you need to unlock. And I think NISA did a pretty good job, like researching and having those interesting facts that you can like make the moons and planets more powerful.
Yeah, Emily, if you click on the icon in the tooltip for Europa, we can see those two traits for Europa that Hanera was just talking about. So if you pull that up,
yeah.
So like, yeah, the two traits, and then yeah, so one is, how do you say that?
Linnea.
So this is a fracture in Europa's crust that appears dark red streaks on the smooth gray surface. These may have been caused by Europa's surface ocean rotating slower than the exterior layer due to the gravitational pull of Jupiter. Jupiter has a really strong force on these moons. And then there was one other fact. I wonder what the other one was.
Subsurface ocean.
Subsurface ocean. Okay, cool. So this one talks about that ocean under there. So so with these, we updated the card view so you can now read about these facts as you get them. And those two traits will increase the production of the Europa. You'll be getting more stardust.
Although we're planning to like tweak that as well, because the planets, when you rank them up, it's supposed to include the payout directly. So right now we're like in talks, like ideas to improve like criticals or maybe a discount or something like that. So
yeah, the two traits at the moment increase the speed of the progress bars and also the payout. But yeah, we were thinking of maybe a critical would be kind of cool. Like if every time it pays out, it's like you have a small chance of getting 10 times the amount of payout. So we want to change a little bit. All right, what's this, Emily? What planet is this?
Neptune.
Nice.
I think its moon is pretty cool. Wait, no, it wasn't Neptune. Never mind. But this is still a really cool moon. So, Andrew, would you like to read it or should I?
Okay, so this is Triton. So this is a major moon of Neptune, and Neptune is also kind of the furthest planet out. It's the final planet. The largest moon of Neptune, Triton, is also one of the small number of geologically active moons in the solar system. It's believed that it may have been part of the Kuiper Belt. It originally was a dwarf planet that was captured by Neptune. So Neptune is like the furthest thing out of our solar system that's considered an actual planet. But beyond the planet, there's this thing called the Kuiper Belt that's a little like an asteroid field. There's a lot of small little rocks in there. And they think that because Neptune is pretty large, that it kind of grabs objects from that Kuiper Belt. And they think that Triton might have been one of the little smaller objects that it got, and now it's in Neptune's orbit. So yeah, I think if you zoom out a little bit more, you can see the beginning of the Kuiper Belt. Zoom out. Okay, zoom out a little bit more. You can see that Kuiper Belt. We're not sure how to draw some of these things because it gets so small when you zoom out. These distances are just very hard to imagine. And at this distance, you're starting to see some of the post-Neptunian objects, things that are further beyond Neptune. And those have really interesting orbits. These are things like Pluto and some of the dwarf planets like Maki or Homeo, yeah.
I think it's looking really cool so far. Everyone's been doing a great job, keeping in mind that we want to be as scientifically accurate as possible, even though it's really difficult to do that, especially in a mobile game, because you want everything to be to scale, but you don't want to lose all of that information either.
Yeah, totally. And like we're showing this in more of a landscape thing, so it looks more like a PC game, but mobile is our main platform, so Android and iPhone. So one of the challenges is like, how do you get all this stuff to look good on like a little portrait screen? So that's why getting the scales right, like are the planets too big? Are they too small? We want to make sure you can like zoom in on stuff and easily select things. These are like user interface challenges. Oh, Emily, I wanted to mention though, with the orbits, when you guys saw the like Pluto planets, they don't orbit in that straight horizon. So that it's really cool to see their orbits because you're like, wow, they're not just circles like a pizza. They actually just go way out in space, and it starts to make you think about just like the orbits.
All their orbits are very unique. I've never really imagined our solar system like this before. I'm learning so much on the job.
Actually, Emily, one more thing. If you zoom in again, are all the orbit lines white?
No, some of them are colored, but I know you said that was a potential bug that's occurring. But honestly, I kind of like the different colors.
Wait, if you go back to the tree and then go back to the garden, I think it fixes the bug.
Oh, so this is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that we tried to match the colors to the planets just to give it a little bit of visual, so you can kind of find out where you. Sometimes you get lost in the solar system, and you're like, where is that planet, and like how do I find it?
The colored orbits help. It's very nice. It's a good touch. Well, this is awesome. If anyone has any questions about the Beyond, we do have a Q&A session at the end, so just keep that in mind.
Olga wants to see Humea.
Where is it?
If you open the side panel, I think you can like...
Oh, I found Planet X.
I don't know.
What's this? What planet is that?
Its hitbox is so big.
You can't... What is that mystery planet?
Whoa, we got something happening there.
Nice.
I could spend the rest of I found Vesta. I don't want to spoil too much, so I could spend the rest of the stream trying to find Linnea. But we are starting to approach end time soon, and I think we should be moving on to the next segment. I know we could talk about the Beyond for hours, and everyone would really enjoy that, but we do need to draw a line in the sand and say, all right, okay, let's move forward. So thanks for sharing all this information about the Beyond, Andrew. I know a lot of people are really excited about it, and we're really excited to continue sharing it with you all. So
Nice.
Thanks for being here and for hearing what we have to say. All right. And I know that with all this information that we just provided, we'd like to talk about beta testing and how we're progressing with that as well. We just recently came back from a week-long break, and after that we were planning to go full force into the new private beta that is happening with Android users, and that's one reason why we brought Hanaro on with us today. So Hanaro, if you just want to go over that, how our process will be, I'm sure everyone would appreciate being updated.
Yes. Well, right now we after our break, first of all, I want to thank everyone for their application that we sent. I was able to like read all the applications, and it was really hard, but we were able to select a certain amount of candidates that we will contact them on Monday. We will send them an email with instructions. Basically, I already add them to a list that we already have for the Android version. If you didn't receive the email, don't worry. We still plan to open more like spaces for the tests pretty soon. So just stay in contact, and we will let you know. And also for the people that got selected, it will take a couple of days to see the version available to download on the Google Play Store. But if you have issues after the 2 days period, please contact me so we can troubleshoot that as well.
Very cool. Yeah, and you can reach Hanaro if you have any questions, if you're a part of the beta. and you receive an email from him and you have any questions, he's available at Cells Beta on Discord. But we do ask that people who are only actively participating in the beta to communicate with him if you have any drastic questions.
Yes.
Cool. We're really excited to get that rolling out. So congratulations ahead of time to anyone who may be in the chat who gets accepted into the beta program that we're doing this first time around. And then we'll be doing another one. It's more public.
Yeah, eventually we will release an open beta so everyone can join in. But I feel that right now we're still like working some things on the beyond stuff. So once we get in a ready state that we feel confident that we can share like a more open beta, we will do that.
Yeah, that's the plan. And before we head over to the code, I just had this real desire to bring up something fun that's been happening in the Discord. We mentioned it earlier, but there's a lot of content being made for our favorite little flatworm friend. Apparently there's a flatworm cult happening in Discord.
Yeah.
I just want to say for the record, I do not condone cult behavior, but so long as everyone is having fun and not hurting anybody.
There was some chanting earlier in the chat as well in the stream.
Okay. Well, I for one will say I don't support cults, but I'm glad that people are having fun. Would people want a flatworm channel in the Discord? I feel like that would really make some people happy. So if there's anyone here who would want a flatworm channel in the Discord, we could talk about it in our next Discord mod meeting. I'm glad to see that he's being brought back up, though. I feel like he was being irrelevant for a little bit, and it's good to see some love for him. Maybe we'll turn him into a mascot. We'll see, like how Archie got his mascot treatment.
Yeah.
So we just want to say, like, thanks for making entertaining content, everyone. You're always keeping us on our toes and making us laugh whenever we see something really cool happening in the Discord. So keep up making the cool content. It's really fun. Goodbye, Flatworm.
Adita wants to ban all the flatworm cult users. Oh no.
I think we've just started a war.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I understand. But at the same time, I'm happy they're making content. I can't say no to that.
Someone said do a Beyond Easter egg with the giant flatworm in outer space.
Oh,
Could be like the constellation that was created.
All right. I think this is a moment that most of our audience members wait for in our stream. We have a code for you guys for 20 Darwinium. Yes, do it. Yes, I'm about to do it. Does anyone have any guesses? We usually like to see if anyone has guesses about what the code could be before it happens.
We love to see code guesses.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any, pitch them to us now before I officially announce this code. I was having a hard time coming up with this one.
Constellation, Space, Beyond.
Hanaro came up with this one. So.
Duck, Flatworm, Worm.
That would have been a good
Flatwormium.
Flatworm.
The code is not going to be... I don't think the code will ever be Flatworm.
Maybe. We don't know. Is that too many characters? It might be too many
Europa's a good one. I like that one. Planet X.
Alright. I think we got a lot of guesses here. So let me say, I don't think anyone guessed what it is, though. It's Orbit. O-R-B-I-T. All caps. Again, this redeem code feature is available if you have an Android or if you have an Android device or you are on Steam. Unfortunately, if you're on iOS, you can't do it directly, but if you have access to a computer, you can, using the cloud transfer system that we have, you can transfer your iOS game into Steam, redeem the code there, and then transfer it back to your phone. I'm sorry it's a pain, but I mean, I'm right there with you. I also have an iOS device that I can't claim Darwinium on, and I'm super sad about it. But I have to use my computer to claim the Darwinium for my phone. So
Yeah.
I wish we could make it easier, but alas, it's out of our control. So again, for anyone who wants 20 Darwinium, the code is Orbit. And I will bring it back up at the end of the show for anyone who came in late. But for now, I think we can move on to a quick Q&A sesh. Seems like people have a lot of questions, especially about the Beyond Phase 1. So ask away.
Adita, we'll give you a code for Flatworm, but it only gives one Darwinium cube. How's that stuff?
It would be open for life. Oh, he doesn't approve of Apple products either. I mean, I'm a part of the ecosystem. Once you're in that ecosystem, you can't break away. You're shackled for life.
We got a question. Is there an ETA on the Beyond Phase 1 yet?
Kind of. I mean, we're entering the beta testing right now, so it kind of does depend on how the beta testing goes. We're very happy with how the visuals are coming and the content. So as you saw, like our universe view is in pretty good shape, and then we have a lot of content, but there's still some gameplay tuning that I feel needs a lot of work. So part of doing the beta testing is to get closer to seeing how fun the game is and what we need to do to make it as fun as possible. But we are trying to get it out as soon as possible. Definitely, like during the summer, we're aiming for it.
We do have a statement that we released at the end of April. I'm going to be pasting the link to that in the chat now. We pasted it on Reddit, just explaining a little bit further about our process and why we aren't completely able to give a full release date, but we provided a lot of information about what you can expect in this expansion and what we've been working on. So while we would like to give a hard set date, we're just doing our best to stick with our current plans and just continue development.
Yeah, and I think if you are really excited about the Beyond, like even though it might not be completely ready, I think trying to get involved in the beta is a good way, because then you can try it out and see where it is, and you'll also be helping us to get closer to bringing it to everyone that plays. I mean, everyone that's on our Twitch is probably a pretty committed fan. They're like, this is kind of the inner circle of fans for Cells. So we do want to make the beta process like for people that are really into it. We want to give them a chance to try it out. So keep an eye out on that as we expand the beta over the next couple weeks.
We have a question from Black Holes saying, will you continue to use realistic textures for planets, or will you keep the normal polygonal flat texture art style or primary sim of the primary sim and Mesozoic?
Nice art direction question. Yeah, I think the game has a lot of different art directions, so it's kind of not one cohesive art direction. We did talk about stylizing the planets a bit, but I think for planets specifically, I think it makes sense to use this high res, like realistic texture, which is what they look like. I don't know. What do you?
I think also depends on the planets, like current knowledge, because I feel that the later planets, like they're far apart from the other solar system. It's going to be more tricky because we have less information about them. So it's more like we enter at the phase of speculation, I guess. But still, it's pretty cool because it's let us like experiment with our imagination and things in outside of the box, I guess.
Yeah. Let me see. Are there going to be any small surprises like monkeys dabbing when tapped, Archie the Anis, the dinosaur, or Darwin statue? I'm guessing that pertains to any additional Easter eggs.
Currently we don't. We're focusing more on keeping things scientifically accurate. But I think the fun Easter eggs will definitely come along as we're hitting the tail end of development, or probably in an update after that. We always are thinking about our next mascot. We have a couple ideas for that, but yeah, there'll definitely be some fun Easter eggs in the future. I don't know if it'll come out in with the Beyond Phase 1 release, but there will always be some fun secret achievements as well.
Yeah, we want to get a lot in there. I think it'll probably be after we get the Beyond Phase 1 out, like Emily said, because every time we do more stuff, it delays it. So it's like only focus on the core thing, and then we'll do another secret achievement patch later. Because the secret achievements were a lot of fun to put in, and I know they're a lot of fun to like figure out and unlock.
Let me see. Triscon says, I really like the music of the game. Are you going to add more?
Yeah, we're working on picking out the music right now. We wanted to have a different vibe than the core game. So the main game uses a lot of classical music. This will be maybe a little more on the spacey side, more ambient. We're working to just kind of get that soundtrack in. It's always a challenge. We have to find things that are not too that loop shortly, because we can't have really big song files. So we need stuff that like sounds great when it's looped. It doesn't get too repetitive. But we're trying out some stuff. But thank you. Yeah, we're really happy with the music.
LV Sparks says, what's your personal favorite bit about the Beyond?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I guess it would just be the scale of it. Like when you zoom out and see everything just all together there, it's super amazing. I always loved watching those like YouTube videos where it would just zoom out from like a city and then just go all the way out. So I think the scope of it is my favorite part.
I know, I mean, I mentioned this earlier, but my favorite part of the Beyond is the constellation system. I just really like how you can lay it all out and you see how the stars or the constellations correlate with each other in the sky. I also like the act of unlocking these stars and seeing them all connect together and learning more about the stars that comprise of these constellations. So, and also I like the color purple, and I like where we're headed in the direction of it visually. So, yeah, I think the constellation system is really interesting, and I'm glad to see something like that implemented in the game.
Team purple. Oh, I think Olga just left. She's doing the art direction on the purple. Oh, for me, I like some of the stuff just outside of the solar system. Like there's a thing called the Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt, and I think those are really cool. We've only just learned about some of the things like these objects in the past 20 years, so it's exciting to add some of those into the game and like learn about those new discoveries.
I think we have time for a couple more questions. We did go a little bit over for this show. There was just a lot of ground to cover.
Nady Red says, do you plan on adding a milestone for opening stars? I'm assuming achievement, maybe.
Oh yeah, we haven't even like thought about the achievement system yet. So it may be similar to the main game where you're kind of grinding to get higher level stuff, or it might be like unlock like 50 stars. There will be achievements in there. We're just unsure what it is.
Actually, I guess right now, because the focus is on ranking up planets, I think the most of the achievements will be related to getting a high levels on your planets, like get to rank 8 or rank 10 of the planets and some of the stuff that you unlocked so far. Also, it will be fun like that, adding like a milestone for unlocking star loot boxes. I think that's a pretty good idea. So if you also have suggestions, please let us know. I really like the feedback from the players as well. It's fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, or if there's something cool that you're looking forward to as well, that's actually such a good question. I'd like to hear what other people's favorite things are in the Beyond. So let us know before the end of the stream.
Oh, and the new guest is Hanero. He's the lead QA person, and he is the mysterious sales support person in our Discord.
Very much. And the bug counter.
Bubba S. Walter asks, will these celestial simulation affect the main simulation? So will the Beyond carry anything over to the main simulation?
Yeah, great question. It definitely will. We love the concept. Like the primary simulation is kind of the core, and then you have the Mesozoic Valley, which gives some production to the main. The Beyond is also kind of a separate universe, or a bubble universe, and we do want that to kind of play into the main game. So it will give production bonuses to the main simulation. It might be similar to the way the Mesozoic Valley works. We also will probably do something like in the Mesozoic Valley, as you play deeper into dinosaurs, you unlock like reptiles. So you get reptiles first, and then eventually you get into birds based on what rank you are. We're probably going to do something similar to that. So as you grow and expand your universe, that'll unlock some stuff on the main tree. We think it's going to have to do with astronomy. So it might have more facts about how humans discovered this. So like early telescopes, like learning about discovering these planets, but more from a humanistic side. So the Beyond is more like, it's almost like the beginning of the universe. You're like unlocking these things, but then the stuff on the main tree will have a lot more to do with humans' relationship to the solar system. So discovering planets, and then eventually leading to going out into space. There'll be a little bit of tweaking because we already have Mars on the main tree. So we might talk a little bit about how you might have to play a little bit of the solar system before you can even unlock Mars in the main game. So that might get, we might change how that's unlocked.
Yeah. Another question from Black Hole saying, how's everyone at computer launch doing? I know you just got back from a break, but are morals high? Is our morale?
Yeah, I mean,
how's their spirits?
Personally, I'm feeling great. I feel very rested after that break, and I'm excited to help get this expansion moving so that we can get it out at a reasonable time in the summer.
Yeah, I think we're excited.
Yeah,
hopefully we get it out. There's this thing in video games where they say like the first 90% of the development are like you get there, and then there's like the last 10% takes also like 90% of the time. So I think things are going smooth. Like we're really happy to be going into beta testing. Like whenever we test with a lot of real players, we discover a lot of stuff too. Like we might discover some things are not working or some things need to be tweaked. So it's a little bit of a discovery process. Not unlike evolution. Like we try things and some things work, some things don't. But we're excited to enter this new part of it. And we've never been closer to finishing the Beyond. So every week we get a little closer.
Yes. With that, I think it's 2:10 now. I think now's a good time to start wrapping up. We will have our next live stream in July. So mark your calendars. That'll be the first Friday, I believe, unless if there's some sort of scheduling conflict. I know there might end up being because of the 4th of July, but I need to, I'll be scheduling that and posting the date for that on our Twitch sometime next week, so just keep an eye out. Yes, I know everyone's really excited about the Beyond Phase 1. We're working really hard on it, and we're still aiming for our summer release date. So thank you all for your patience, and thank you all for your questions and your participation in our stream. We're always really appreciative and seeing you guys here, and yeah, so I just want to say thanks as always, because you guys are always a lovely audience to communicate with. We love chatting with you. and hearing your thoughts and feedback. And for anyone who missed it, we have Orbit, the code Orbit. So if you came in late, yeah, it's ORBIT, all caps. And keep an eye out in your emails for possibly finding out that you'll be accepted to our private Android beta program for the Beyond Phase 1 on Monday.
Yes. And don't feel down if you don't receive an email, because we will be open more slots later this month. So
yeah, so
give
you can
your hopes up.
yeah, so you'll be able to apply again for the open beta that'll be happening later this month, as Sonaro said. Thanks everyone. Hope you have a great month. Remember to stay cool, have some fun, and stay safe, everybody. You're doing a great job.
See you guys.
Everyone. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.